Mike Gill, State of Corruption. Now, we've told you that the AG's office in this state is corrupt. And each agency in this state is also corrupt. We've shown you the corruption in the Department of Revenue, the banking department, right? Now I'm going to talk to you about the DES, Department of Environmental Services. They're also pressuring me with Judge Anderson on a well, right? But they're corrupt. You want to know how corrupt and a big money maker? Right. I just saw an article in WMUR where they're saying that the drought is causing milk prices to go drastically down. In fact, if you go back to a video, Black Gold, we're going to show you a couple cuts. I can tell you why the prices of milk are going down. You're seeing dumping of toxic waste into a cornfield along the Merrimack River. Right. Now, this cornfield has 220 cows, as I've been told, and is the largest milk producer for Hood. Right. You want to know why milk prices in this state are going down? Listen, if it's a drought, it means food prices or feed prices are higher. The price of cattle and milk go up. But that's not what's happening. It's not what's happening because it is toxic. Hood knows it too. What you're going to do is see clips. I'm showing you a couple of clips now. You know what you're going to see? Dead fish. These fish aren't committing suicide, folks. And they're right along the banks of the dumping. Right. Take a look too. You'll see that the waste, this dumping, is along the cornfield. You will see the waste is in the cornfield. You know, like tampon wrappers.
They dumped that on here last year, and just walking along the road, I noticed 2 or 3 pieces of plastic. I want to show you this. Now, this is where they dumped last year. The dressing spreader, that's pieces of those sanitary wrappers where women flush their pads down. And that's not the only one. There's a lot of them along here. But when they go through the dressing spreader, it flays them out, and they stay right on the top. But all the diseases and germs are going right into the corn that they're going to make milk out of for you kids to drink. Think about that. With your own waste, you're making your milk. It's no wonder it's not good for you. There's another one there. Only walked about 30 feet.
This is the same corn that's being fed to cows that are the milk's coming from that are feeding your children. You're also going to see, ready? Pulling out asbestos along the riverbanks. Asbestos? Right. Do you think that's normal? Landfill along the water? You know why it's along the Merrimack? Because it washes away the evidence. And so the people who were drinking out of the Merrimack, how's that?
Surprising how many pieces of asbestos there are along this riverbank. I don't know how many years it takes that stuff to break down, but it's surprising. There's a lot of it. Now, they must have dumped it down over the banks, and when the water's high, it washes out into the bottom of the river. Slides along and chafes, and it's got, I mean, this piece is worn where it slides in the river. There's got to be a lot of that that's unsuspended in the water and still going. There's old leather from the tannery. When they dump old leather from the tannery, still here. There's a lot of that down through.
Right? Now think about this. Tannery. You see tannery getting pulled out. That's toxic.
Another piece of leather right there. It's been in the water for years and years and years.
And then we see a truck unloading the waste on the shore, on the banks of the Merrimack River. You see, you're not supposed to see that.
There you go, folks. He's dumping it right on the edge of the river. There's a riverbank right there. wonder if this guy will talk to me at all. What right have you got to dump this on the bank of the river?
Huh?
What right have you got to dump this on the bank of the river? That's the river right there.
Yeah, I know. But this is supposed to be far enough away.
42 feet isn't far enough away.
According to the company,
Okay.
you know, the fellow that owns the field.
We'll see what the governor says.
What stuff you talking about, this or the stuff back there?
That's all the stuff that you dumped.
No, I didn't dump that back there. The farmer dumps that back there.
I can see your pile right there on the edge of the river.
Brown stuff is dumped by the farmer. This black stuff is
We'll let somebody else decide that. I just wanted pictures of you dumping, and I got it. There you go.
A gentleman named Dave that I'd worked with, my friend Dave. You see a photo of him. He's been researching this. He was in the lumber business. He lives out there. He videotaped these pieces. For years, you've seen what's going on. And you're going to see that this woman, Shayla Conley, is the president of Resource Management, right? She's also on some water pollution board. It's a scam, right? How about we test the ground? Something's killing all those fish. I mean, you can see open out asbestos. This is what's going on. Do you think they're not making a lot of money by improperly dumping toxic wastes? The same stuff they're putting in the Merrimack was causing dead spots in the ocean. That's where we are right now. And that's the Department of Environmental Services. You know what we're going to do? We're going to send you this tape. We're going to show it to you and tell everybody that the Department of Environmental Services, you're getting it. Right. Mike Gill, State of Corruption.